this month is the month of the wolf in celebration of my first ever original single, Power of the Wolf, which is part of my album Fable. It's available for pre-order on my website. You can check out Power of the Wolf on any streaming platform. But let's go and give Aurora a listen. And Aurora is kind of special and relates to my song, Power of the Wolf, because her producer, or one of her producers, is a guy called Roy Kerr, and he is also a producer on my song, which is really cool, and he's really excellent. So go check it out, please.
Thank you. Thank you. This is Odd Martin. He's very nice.
So Odd Martin was the producer for this song, but not for my album.
Go row the boat to safer grounds, but don't you know we're stronger now? My heart still beats and my skin still feels, my lungs still breathe and my mind still feels.
You know, what I love about Aurora is she has a really distinct tone, and it is something that's often people try and train out. It's not as rounded as you might expect. It's quite twangy. It really cuts through in sound, yet it is really ethereal and beautiful, and she really just embraces herself. She embraces her uniqueness, and she has therefore made this really unique and beautiful sound that I love.
But we're running out of time,
and it comes from her heritage as well.
All the echoes in my mind cry, there's blood on your lies, the sky's open wide, there is nowhere for you to hide, the hunter's moon is shining. I'm running with the wolves tonight, I'm running with the wolves, I'm running with the wolves tonight, I'm running with the wolves, I'm running with the dream.
Okay, so if you don't know this voice, you might know her from the movie Frozen. She is the sound of, I think, like a kind of a nymph in Into the Unknown, which is really, it's really, really beautiful. So this song was inspired, I think, by a blood moon, if I am right, or harvest moon. And it is... And during this blood moon, she imagined people turning into animals and getting more in touch with their animal nature and just being free and getting rid of technology. Now, she's someone who draws a lot of inspiration from nature and grew up near a fjord, and it sounds like had a very idyllic Scandinavian upbringing, and that really comes through in her music. It's very unique, it's very connected with the earth, and that's so beautiful.
God dream, what would it be? I walk alone, I'm everything my ears can hear and my mouth can speak, my spirit talks.
It's like the music moves through her.
But we're running out of time. All the echoes in my mind cry, there's blood on your lies, the sky's open wide, there is nowhere for you to hide, the hunter's moon is shining. I'm running with the wolves tonight, I'm running with the wolves.
Ooh, I love the harmonies.
With the wolves tonight.
Oh, I love that song. I love the build of harmonies. I love also, she has an interesting voice in that she doesn't go for a lot of the stuff that people are like, oh, this is so fancy. Like, she doesn't do high belts. She's very, very agile though, but it is very nuanced and very thoughtful. She decides the place in which she wants to put the runs, and they're often very rooted in folk music rather than pentatonic scales that you'd hear in something like blues. And she uses her head voice a lot. So, sort of, she's not going for like a jazzy sound. She's going for that lightness, that etherealness that feels very natural to her. And there's a lot to learn from that. There are two ways of going about it. You can go and really draw from the naturalness of your voice, the things that your voice is naturally good at, or you can learn. You can, of course, learn and move towards things that could be like big belty notes or something that you find a bit more difficult. It doesn't mean that you can't get good at it. You can definitely get good at those things, but it's just different ways of learning. And some people love the challenge of technicality, and some people love finding their own unique way and playing with the sounds that their own unique voice creates. And I think she's more of one of those people. Although she does have a lot of the technical things, her pitch, her rhythm is spot on, her agility is great, but she's really playing and really maximizing the tools that she already has there naturally or learned early on in her musical upbringing.
A gift and curse they track and hurt say, can you dream? In item it seems a million voices, silent dreams where hope is left so incomplete.
So like here, a million voices. People might try and warm that. It's really, it's twangy. It's really twangy. It's really an unusual tone. And our tone, there's two different ways that I define tone. Your natural tone, and that is just defined by the shape of your vocal tracts and things like that. So some of that sound comes from the natural shape of her body, but there's also the tones that you put on. I can make it really dopey, I can make it really nasal. Now, I'm probably not going to choose the extremes of that sound, but we can also adapt our tone to fit styles or to fit a story or to fit an emotion. And again, she is not going towards the kind of the normal way of choosing vocal tones. She's choosing something that feels good to her and that really suits her, and it makes something that is so just unique and captivating.
I'm running with
onto the harmony now. Really lovely arrangement. Really great. I really loved how they switched up the harmonies all the way through. So you had no harmony, you had the lower harmony, and then she went up onto the higher one, so you've got a build every time. And sometimes when you have a song that's really full, produced in a full way like hers, and it has that very cinematic sound, then you're just left with your guitar, you and your guitar and your voice, and maybe someone else singing with you. And so you have to find new ways to make that build. And some of these acoustic performances that she does, I love the arrangements. So well done. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe. And please also go check out my song, Power of the Wolf. It is out on all platforms now.